Hello everyone and welcome back to our distance learning program. Today is Friday, so for the first session we are going to look at the writing skill, which is about how you can write a different type of paragraph, right? In many video before, we have learned about the comparison and contrast paragraph. You learn to write about a descriptive paragraph, a process paragraph, right? So there are a lot of type of paragraph that you have learned. So in this video, you are going to learn the last one, which is the problem and solution paragraph. So in this video, we will explore what are problem and solution paragraph and how to write those paragraphs. And in this unit, so which is the unit 7 from the extract material, you will learn to write about a problem and solutions paragraph with a systematic arrangement. And the second one, you will see why you need to learn the conditional sentences. For example, why you need to learn the zero conditional, why you need to learn the first conditional, because it's linked together, right? So you can apply those grammar lesson in the writing lesson as well. Last but not least, you will write a 2-paragraph text with linking phrases. So remember, when we talk about a paragraph, it is only one text, right? So how can you apply the problem and the solution in the same paragraph? That is why you need to use a linking phrases, okay? So let's start with the simple definition of what are problem and solution paragraph, okay? So for the problems and solution paragraph, it is the writing first explain a problem, okay, and then propose one or more solution to that problem. Often this type of writing require more than one paragraph, right? In this unit, you will write a 2-paragraph discussion in a problem and solution, all right, that we are going to use a linking phrases. So in short, problem and solution, the first or the introduction, the main idea of this type of paragraph, they introduce the problem, and in the supporting detail, they are using or proposing any solution toward those problems. Okay, so here are the example of problem and solutions paragraph, which is the article, and it is extracted from a website. So the question is, what is the main idea of the first paragraph and what is the topic sentence? All right, so just look at this one. Just pay attention to the first paragraph. Deforestation, this word means to cut down the tree in a massive scale, which means you cut down a lot of trees, so we call it deforestation. So deforestation is a serious problem because forest and tree aren't just pretty to look at. They do an important job making the earth environments suitable for life. They clean the air, store water, preserve soil, and provide home for animals. They also supply food, fuels, wood products, and paper products for humans. In the past 50 years, more than half of the world's rainforests have been destroyed. Today, the forests of the world are being cut down at a rate of 50 acres every minute. Scientists say that if deforestation continues, the world climate may change, flood may become more common, and animals will die. So it seemed like a long introduction. But if you look at the main idea of these first text, right, they generally talk about the problem that if people cut down a lot of tree, there are problems that the world will face. For example, let's say the climate change, the flood, or animal will die. So these are the problems. And the writer also give idea of how important the tree are, right? So it's interrelated together with the problem. So the first paragraph, mainly they introduce the problem, okay? And for the second paragraph, it followed by the solution, right? So one solution to the problem of deforestation is to use less pepper. Okay, so this is the main idea or the main solution for the second paragraph, and there are a lot more explanation why this is the solution. Okay, so this is how you are going to write about the problem and solution paragraph. So here are some question and some reflection, but just to get a better idea of how to organize and how of what information to include in the problem and solution paragraph, right? So from this example, you know what to expect when someone or when your teacher assign you to write the specific type of topic or the specific problem. So you should follow this style, right? Okay, so in writing, you need to write a proper structure. Again, this is when you need to apply the grammatical lesson into your writing task, right? So imagine you write about the past experience, which is the narrative paragraph. You describe something that happened in the past. Those tense should be used in past tense, right? So you need to apply what you have learned from the grammar lesson into the writing task as well. So for the problem and solution type of paragraph, you can also use the conditional sentence in order to introduce the problem and to introduce the solutions as well. So if you look at the first conditional, you have already learned about the form, the usage, or the punctuation, when to use comma, so on and so forth, right? So I am not going to give you any lecture or any lesson regarding to the form, the usage of first conditional, zero conditional at all. But I would like you to pay attention to this paragraph, right? If you look at this paragraph, mainly the writer used the conditional sentence in order to talk about the problem as well as to talk about the solution. So here we can see the conditional sentence. If you use less power, fewer trees will be cut for paper making, right? So this is the first conditional sentence that introduce the solution toward the problem. Okay, or the last one, if you follow the 3R, which mean reduce, reuse, and recycle, you can help save the world forest. So this is the conditional sentence as well. So here you can see you can use the grammar lesson in order to apply in the writing task. Okay, so here just a quick practice regarding to the verb form, so I can skip it for now. Okay, let's look at this part. Think about how you can use conditional sentence in order to apply to the writing task effectively. So here they give you some practice in order to practice the structure of conditional sentence. So here, if it rained this week, okay, if it rains this week, which means a problem. So what happened? We talk about the consequences. If the library isn't open tomorrow, what happens? Okay, whether it's a problem or a solution. If the library isn't open today or open tomorrow, we don't know where to read books. So we talk about the problem, right? Or if the library isn't open tomorrow, we can stay at home to relax, which is the solution, because we talk about the good thing, right? If petrol price increase even more, it is the problem, right? If you need to pay a lot of money, so you need to do what? Ride a bicycle. Okay, so these are a good example of how you can use conditional sentence in order to talk about the problem and solution. Okay, so here when we talk about problem and solution, how can we link the problem with the solution? So we need to use the linking phrases, right? So here, the first paragraph, mostly we talk about the problem paragraph. It doesn't mean that paragraph has problem, but the paragraph that describe the problem, which means explain the problem here, right? So the topic of the second paragraph, they talk about the solution. So it introduces your solution or many more solutions. So use this phrase in order to link the two paragraphs together into a one uniform paragraph. So the definition of paragraph, we have the introductions, the main idea, and the conclusion, and those three elements are in only one passage, right? So you need to use a linking word in order to link the problem with the solution. So those linking words, we have the word in order to solve this problem, which means after you introduce the problem, and then you need to introduce the solution. So this is a good phrase to do so. To meet this need, one answer is, second, a third and final answer is, which means answer here it refers to solutions. Okay, so in order to overcome this problem, in order to fight this problem, okay, one solution is, one thing we can do is, so these are a good phrases in order to use to link the problem with solutions. Okay, so here are some practice exercise. So they would like you to work in a group, but for our context right now, group work is not relevant. So you should do it, you should think by your own. So for each of these topic sentences, brainstorm solution, right? You have learned how to brainstorm already. There are many ways: mind mapping, outlining, drafting, right? And introduce each solution with one of the phrases above. Then think of one more problem together and give it to another group to discuss. So okay, just as I said, you should do it alone. Think about the solution. So we must reduce exam stress for secondary school students. So this is the problem that most students face when they go to take the exam. So how to overcome this problem? What is the answer to this? So can you think of that? Give them a surprise test. Maybe it is not going to work. Okay, think about this by yourself. So teenagers spend so much time using their mobile phone that they are no longer skilled at face-to-face interaction. So if you look at the illustration below, even though they are sitting in front of each other, they are sitting face-to-face, but still they holding their phone, which is the reality of our everyday society. So the problem here is that people cannot interact very well when we meet face-to-face. So it is a problem. So what is the solution, or what are the solutions? Okay, so to write the paragraph about those problem, you need to start with the problem in the first paragraph and introduce your solution in the second paragraph with the linking phrases. Okay, so here when we talk about problem, there are a lot of solutions, but not all those solutions apply to the specific problem. Okay, not all. So we need to choose smartly the best solution. So if you look at the example here, we have the problem, which is the topic sentence. I need more money while I am at university. So this is the problem. How to overcome this problem? Here are a list that are the student brainstorm. Okay, so borrow money from my friend, is it a good solution? Sell some of my things, is it a good solution? Ask my parents for money, is it a good solution? So you need to think of these and choose smartly, and then try to write 2 or 3 sentences to support your solution. For example, let's say I want to borrow money from my friend because we are good friends and I don't know where to go to ask for money, so my friend is the first place to ask for money, and I will give it back to my friend when I have money. So it is the solution. Okay, so here are the quick review. What you need to do is to decide which one is the solution that you need to include in the second part of your paragraph, and which one is the problem that you should include in the first paragraph. So before you are able to write a full paragraph about problem and solution, make sure you are able to identify what is problem and what is solution. So this specific part of the document will be digitalized for you to do it as your classwork or maybe your homework. So be prepared for that. So right now everyone, thank you very much for paying attention. I hope what I present to you from this document is to help you to be able to write a problem and solution paragraph effectively. So thank you very much everyone for paying attention in this first video session, and we will have another discussion on the second session. Thank you.